Today, we're digging into someone really fascinating, Jacob Lieber. He's presented as this total stand-up guy in southwestern Missouri, almost unnervingly perfect.
All right, like straight out of a painting, but maybe too perfect. That's what Addie Deager thought, anyway.
Exactly. Our mission today is kind of figure out what's behind that perfect facade. And Addie, she really pushed things to find out.
Yeah, she did. Jacob's 27, athletic, super conflict avoidant, politely turns down every single date.
And Addie, who's 38, she sees this and thinks, no one's that perfect. It felt wrong to her, almost mechanical.
That's the key. She didn't just suspect he was hiding something personal. She suspected something fundamental was off, so she started to experiments.
Like staging a flat tire, right? Just to see how he'd react, to poke at the perfection.
Precisely. She was hunting for a vulnerability, maybe even like a system error, not just a crack in the nice guy image.
Okay, so let's get into the why. The source material points to his childhood, his father, James Lieber.
A mechanic, often drunk, apparently very overbearing. Classic tough childhood stuff, seems like.
But it's more than that. It wasn't just psychological trauma. It was, technological.
Yeah, get this. James, after his brother died strangely at some occult and supernatural convention.
Okay, weird detail.
Right. James apparently volunteered for some experiment, became an Emotobot.
An Emotobot. What does that even mean?
It means he had an artificial robotic heart and an implant, an emotional response activator. His personality was literally like chemically programmed.
Programmed, like code.
Sort of.
Yeah.
The records say his makeup was like 40% habit former, 25% drunk, 20% perfecter, and 15% communicator. A real mess.
Wow. Habit former, drunk, perfecter. That explains the instability Jacob grew up with. And his dad could glitch.
Yeah, he figured out how to temporarily short-circuit the programming, apparently by yanking on his left ear.
Okay, that is bizarre. But how does this connect directly to Jacob's own perfection?
Because Jacob inherited it. He found out he's a pseudo-Emotobot.
Pseudo?
Meaning 50% human, 50% bot. Inherited from James. That's the explanation given for why he's so exceptional, so rigidly perfect.
So his programming is simpler.
Much simpler. Unlike his dad's chaotic mix, Jacob's programming just rotates between two attributes. 50% peacemaker and 50% perfecter. That's it.
Peacemaker and perfecter. That explains the intense, unwavering politeness and orderliness Addie picked up on. It's literally his operating system.
Exactly. Which brings us back to Addie. Her motive is described as purely scientific.
Purely scientific, but she developed this thing, right? SBOT and CORIB.
Yeah, 15 years ago, it's some kind of chemical designed to trigger a bot's most negative traits. She wanted to study the effects.
Good. Purely scientific. Feels a bit stretched when you're designing something like that. How did she use it on Jacob?
Well, she coded her car with it. Her house, too, apparently, during those staged scenarios.
And then she escalated things, didn't she, with a magnet?
A big one, mounted over her doorway. The idea was to cause a magnetic emotional implant overload in Jacob. Basically, crash his system so she could observe.
To render him senseless. That seems aggressive for pure science.
Definitely walking a line there. And it seemed to work, partially. There was this incident with a garage door.
Right, she staged a crisis.
Yeah, and Jacob was inside her house. His perfecter programming, likely amplified by the magnet and maybe the SBOT and Skira,
Right.
zeroed in on a mismatched knife in a set.
A single knife out of place.
Yep. The visual disorder, the imperfection, it was intolerable to his programming. He couldn't just leave it, so he stole the knife.
Wow. The perfectionism literally made him commit a crime to restore order.
You got it. And this is where it gets really dark. While Jacob is reeling from this magnetic overload, Addie confesses everything.
She confesses what?
That she's the daughter of the original inventor, Fred Deager, that she invented SBOT and SkiRub, and, well, this is tough.
Go on.
She admitted she programmed the bot tech specifically, the tech implanted in Jacob's mother, Iris, who also had the procedure to malfunction and kill her.
Killed his mother. Why?
To study Jacob. To see how his specific peacemaker perfecter programming would handle engineered grief, purely experimental observations.
Monstrous. What did Jacob do? He's overloaded, confused.
But he's still processing. He hears this, realizes the pattern, the source of the chaos in his life. He still has that knife.
The knife his perfecter attribute made him take.
The very one. He stabs Addie, and then he reaches behind her neck.
Behind her neck. Why?
Turns her off.
Turns her off. Wait, Addie was...
A robot, or, well, some kind of advanced android. Jacob figured it out. Her lack of a birth record, this universal on-off switch, she was her father's ultimate creation, his capstone project.
Unbelievable. The obsessed scientist was the experiment herself. So Jacob, the pseudo-Omotobot, diagnosed her and then corrected the problem.
Exactly. He confirmed his hypothesis and took control. His 50% perfector attribute acted to restore order by eliminating the ultimate source of disorder, Addie.
So wrapping this up, what does this mean for you listening? We have Jacob, the stand-up guy, programmed for peace and perfection,
who carries out a pretty calculated, violent act to maintain that programmed order. He didn't malfunction. He functioned exactly as designed in that extreme context.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? If someone engineered for just peacemaker and perfector traits has that capacity, what does it say about the stability of anyone projecting a perfect image?
And maybe the most unsettling thought, how many other Jacobs or even Addies might be out there? Pseudo-Omotobots, quietly toggling between just two settings, living among us. Something to consider.